4. It's okay. I can do this.
Start in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary O'Connor with the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation and the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health here in Anchorage. We appreciate the support of Alaska Public Media in allowing us to bring you Hangar Flying. This evening, we are happy to have back on our show our guest, Jamie Patterson-Simes. She's the owner of SkyTrek Alaska, which is a flight training school here in Anchorage. She was recently awarded the 2016 Flight Training Excellence Award and was named one of the top 10 flight schools, not just in Alaska, but in the U.S. Welcome to Hangar Flying, Jamie.
Thank you, Mary.
So we talked a little bit last time about the types of aircraft that you use at SkyTrek and about the types of instruction that you offer. Can you talk a little bit about how many hours your average student needs to obtain a private pilot's license?
Well, it really varies between the student, their motivation level, their educational background. But the U.S. average is about 67 hours, and at SkyTrek we're averaging about 41 or 42 hours. So we really emphasize at SkyTrek, in my 20 plus years of flight instructing, I found that if I emphasize a lot of ground training before the flight, that I can get the students through a lot faster with a lot less flight time involved. So.
And you also take students that have come from other flight schools, or maybe they moved up from the lower 48 and didn't quite finish.
Right. I do get a lot of people from other flight schools, or like you said, who didn't finish their rating, maybe 5 or 10 years previously. And so they come to me and we evaluate their time that they had before. Any time that they had before, as long as it's been legally signed off by a flight instructor, is just as valuable. And so we evaluate their time that they've had, and then we move forward with their flight training. And so, yeah. So it works out pretty well.
Well, those are some pretty focused hours, it sounds like.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can you talk about the process in how SkyTrek was selected as one of the top 10 flight schools?
Yes. So AOPA pilot focuses on 4 important factors in a flight school. And one of those is customer focus. How focused are we on the customer experience? When they come in, how do we teach them? And then there's a sense of community. We want to make sure that we have available to students different ways that we can reach out to them and bring in speakers like tower speakers, people from the Anchorage Tower, from Merrill Tower. They've been fantastic about helping out our students. People from the FAST team, from FSDO, from the FAA, they can come in and we can talk to them, and in a low-key environment.
That's really great for students to be able to see who's talking to them in that tower, or who the FAA really is in person, and put a name to a face.
Exactly.
It's a great opportunity.
Yes, and that information sharing. And the number one factor that they were looking at was the educational quality. So we are always reaching out to people and looking at their different aspects of how we can improve our flight training.
So would you have any advice for pilots or non-pilots who are thinking about following their passion and starting a business? I mean, you're a successful business owner, and not just a flight school, but a successful business owner. You obviously did something right. Do you have any advice for somebody who's thinking about doing the same thing?
Well, I did a lot of planning. I went to the Alaska Small Business Association and went to a lot of different workshops there. They really helped me out. I received my MBA from the University of Alaska Anchorage, and my undergraduate is from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott. So I did a lot of training, and I really enjoyed all the teaching that I've done. I was an adjunct faculty member at UAA for a few years, and in the aviation department, and I really loved, I found out how much I enjoyed teaching students, and how satisfying it was to, reach out to them and to see how great it was to impart my knowledge and my experience on them.
And I know flight instruction is a huge confidence builder, not just for the instructor, but for the student who's learning as well.
Yes, it's huge. When they get to their solo, to that point of their solo, it's amazing how much they blossom and how much they grow. They're just, it's just an incredible experience for them to go up in the pattern by themselves and fly the aircraft all by themselves. So.
Well, Jamie, congratulations on your flight school being named to the top 10 flight schools in the U.S. That's absolutely fantastic. We're lucky to have you as a resource in Anchorage. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next time to talk with Jamie Patterson-Simes a little bit more about being a flight instructor and the award that she received from the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association as a flight instructor. So until next time, fly safely.